Just because I am a panther does not mean I wish to be scruffy. When I need to look sharp, I use the all-new Vibranium Razor by Gillette. Gillette, the best a man can get. Welcome to 5 Points of Articulation, where I review action figures and then articulate 5 points to help you decide if you want to add that figure to your collection. The 5 points I discuss are packaging, presentation, posability, playability, and price. I'm Jason, and if you enjoy my content, please like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube rigmarole. Today, we're taking a look at the all-new comic book style Black Panther from the Marvel Legends Attuma Wave. Starting off with the packaging, and I am already running out of witty ways to express my disappointment that it's windowless. Comic style Black Panther logo, digital render of what I hope is inside. It always feels like somebody's watching me. Black Panther logo up here. As for the Build-A-Figure, we can see it's Attuma.
It's not Attuma. It's not Attuma.
Picture of him on the side, and a list of the figures that you'll need to complete him. I gotta admit that Hammerhead Shark hat is pretty cool. A sliver of Black Panther art on the other side, and another digital render on the back. For those who want it, here's the barcode. Of course, since it is windowless and I risked buying it in a store, I feel like a part of this has to be seeing if it's even in the box. Whew! For a character who's little more than a black silhouette, this feels even more boring than usual. At least if there was a window, I could have seen what I was getting. As is, for packaging, this figure's getting half a point. Moving on to presentation, and T'Challa Tower is at just over 6 1/4 inches. First things first, and I'm assuming that this is the new Vulcan body. I'm basing that on the fact that it's unfamiliar, and also the pinless joints. I've actually been really looking forward to checking this new body out. I mean, not enough to actually buy Vulcan. From the top, and the first thing that strikes me is that they used silver for his eyes. Creates a really nice effect. I also like the folds and wrinkles in his face. Really does feel like a human head wearing a mask. The cape doesn't actually peg into the figure, but the combination of the head and the straps keep it from falling off. Flipping him around and it's sufficiently short and swooshy. Lots of nice folds there. If you want to take it off, you need only pop off the head and pull it forward. The body itself is a simple black medium build, which of course for T'Challa is perfect. He also has a belt as a separate floating piece you can adjust to hide articulation. Otherwise, he has unique forearms and hands, as well as boots and feet. These parts are gray with lines carved in. I very much appreciate the claw-like fingers, and I absolutely love the ninja toe. Separated at birth, peeking underneath, and he does have peg holes. I've always looked for the original retro car Black Panther for my collection, but it was never quite what I wanted. This, however, is what I always had in mind, and I could not be happier. It's a simple design, but Hasbro absolutely nailed it. For presentation, I'm giving Black Panther 1 whole point. Moving on to posability, and that's the thing I'm the most curious about with this new Vulcan body. The head's on a ball joint and disc hinge. We can look up this far, which is pretty good considering the Dracula collar. This far down, no real tilt, but all the way around. Also, just to let you know, it is a bit jiggly. Moving on down, and this just happened. I can honestly say I've never experienced that with a Marvel Legend. Easy enough to pop back on. Arm raise is just over 90 degrees. Forward this far with the butterfly joint, and back that far. Bicep swivel, pinless double jointed elbows, and swivel hinge wrists. They hinge up this far, and down this far. Shifting to the torso, and T'Challa has an ab crunch and a waist swivel. He can arch back this far, which is great, and hunch forward this far, which is perfect. And of course, T'Challa can twist. Below the belt, and Black Panther has ball jointed hips. They kick forward 90 degrees, and split this far. Traveling down the leg, and he has thigh cut, pinless double jointed knees, boot cut, and Marvel Legends ankles that can hinge and pivot. As my first experience with this new body mold, I am very impressed. Like Spider-Man, Black Panther is just one of those characters that needs to be super posable. Hasbro's knocked it out of the park, and for posability, I'm giving Black Panther 1 whole point. Before we continue, if you like this video, do me a favor and give it a like. I put a lot of love into my videos, and your likes help more people to see them. Moving on to playability, and in addition to these claws that we've already seen, T'Challa also comes with these fists. Based on the grooves, and we can see that these are also newly sculpted. He also comes with the left leg of Attuma.
It's not Attuma. It's not Attuma.
That leg's been cast in a periwinkle plastic, not unlike the controller arm that we just looked at with US Agent. This one's definitely a bit grayer, and I love the use of bones in the design. I don't think I'm in the minority when I say I think he's gonna actually end up being the real villain of the movie. But playability is more than just speculating over movies that are still a month away. It's also about how well your figure plays with others. That said, there is some speculation that Dr. Doom is a secret villain in the movie, so we're gonna start with him, and then move over to someone we know's in the movie, Namor the Submariner. Of course, Doctor Doom, Namor, and Black Panther make me think of the Fantastic Four. Here we have Reed Richards, here we have Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman, her brother Johnny, the Human Torch, and Ben Grimm, the ever-loving blue-eyed Thing. But wouldn't you know it, Black Panther, Namor, the Fantastic Four, and Doctor Doom all make me think of the Inhumans. Here we have Black Bolt. Side note, I just met and got an autograph from Black Bolt actor Anson Mount at New York Comic Con. And wouldn't you also know it, but all those characters make me think of the Illuminati. Here's Black Panther with Doctor Strange, and here he is with Professor Charles Francis Xavier. Oh no, my whole name. While we're on the subject of Xavier, this is a great time to bring up one of Black Panther's greatest love interests, Aurora Monroe, Storm. This one is the Toy Biz version. Here we have the Hasbro version, and here we have a very convincing bootleg of the Toys R Us version. Rounding out the Illuminati, and here we have Iron Man. This one's the 80 Years version. Here we have the Modular Armor, Movie Style Mark III, and the Alex Ross design Model 70. For some other Avengers, however, and here's a 20th anniversary Captain America. Get this man a shield. Thanks, but this one has holes in it. Get this man a different shield. Hasbro. 80 Years Thor, the 80 Years Incredible Hulk, Scarlet Witch, Vision, Quicksilver, and Tigra. Because of the similarities in their design, mainly the cape and the clawed stripy boots and gloves, I thought it'd be fun to put them side by side with Grey Gargoyle. But for the King of Atlantis from the Distinguished Competition, and here he is with Aquaman, this one's from DC Universe Classics. And for a couple of 7-inch scale ones, here's DC Essentials and DC Multiverse. For a relative scale comparison, here's Black Panther with Pizza Spidey and the Spectacular Spider-Man. As always, here he is with Stealth Iron Man. Also, for those who are interested, I've seen people online using the Snoke Throne for Black Panther, and I think that's the direction I want to go to. In the meantime, though, this Lex Luthor one from DC Multiverse does work pretty well. What would have really set this figure over the top for me would have been an unmasked T'Challa head, just as an experiment, and here he is with the head of the Gamerverse, Miles Morales. It's slightly smaller, but does better fit my image of T'Challa than Miles. Otherwise, what really sells this figure are all the different displays you can put him in. For playability, I'm giving Black Panther 1 whole point. This leaves us with nothing left to discuss but the price. I found Black Panther at Walmart where it retailed for $24.99. I know that's the new going rate, but it's hard not to be just a little bit conflicted. That being said, the retro card and Walmart exclusive comic book Black Panthers are now going between $50 to $60 on the aftermarket, so half the price of that isn't half bad. For price, I'm giving Black Panther 1 whole point for a grand total of 4.5 out of 5.
It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor.
For more Storm, check out my Action Figure Evolution video on her, or for more Illuminati, check out this video on Doctor Strange. What's your anticipation for Wakanda Forever, and how do you feel about the wave? Sound off in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back again real soon, but until then, play nice and have fun.